Hello, everybody. Welcome to
The YouTube Huddle Up.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy January 29th. How are we at the end of the month?
I got a strange text message from my mom
Right?
about milk right now, and I don't know what it is, but yeah, we're good. Otherwise, we're good.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the YouTube Huddle Up. And as you can see, I have a special guest here with me. He has a YouTube channel. He has been creating since 2017, I believe. He has a very successful channel all about video production and audio production. He also was a digital media high school teacher for 10 years. And probably the most successful thing is that he is my husband.
Sounds great. Yeah, wow.
I'm just kidding. This Tom's gonna join me today.
Yep, I reached a point where I actually finished all the things I needed to do today kind of early, and it was like, hey,
Wanna help me with
can
the
actually,
huddle up?
like, it's nice.
Wanna help me with the
Yeah, I feel
huddle
caught
up?
up for the first time in a long time, even though I'm not totally caught up.
All right,
enough.
guys. So here's the deal. Scoreboard is up. Look how our scoreboard is. So we've got two columns because I cleaned it up for 2025. Fresh start. And since you're the guest,
I get to choose the sticker.
yeah.
All right. Well, are we reusing ones because it's a new scoreboard?
It's a new one,
Then cool. I'm gonna do a Firebird. Do the Firebird because there's a Firebirds game today.
It's not actually Firebird. It's a Phoenix, right? Or
It's a bird made of fire.
Is it?
It's a Phoenix, yeah. But if you do the emoji search for Firebird, it is what
That's
pops
the one
up.
that comes up. Let me see. Firebird. Oh, it is.
I mean, yeah, it's a Phoenix, but a Phoenix is a bird on fire, so you know.
All right, guys. So today, per usual, share your win of the week and then share the goal that you're going to be working on in the coming week. We do have a volunteer for a channel review, and it's going to be Volpypunk, who responded on Discord. And then also, you've got both Tom and I here. So if you have any questions about YouTube stuff, definitely we are open to all of the cues. So Introvert Amateur cannot make it today, but send me a message, so I'll definitely check in on that. I caught up with all of the goals that, like, all the comments that got sent midweek and stuff like that. So you could definitely look at the scoreboard and see, if I'm missing something, just feel free to let me know. Okay, let me check in. Happy Huddle Up Day. This is Be Your Own Nerd. Andre's here. Hey, y'all. Ready for a huddle up with pasta, diavola, and a beer. Volpypunk in the house. Charles is here. Hello, hello. All right, we got our first win of the week. Uploaded a video. Made 2 shorts for my friend. Great.
Nice.
Great. Home, win, Volpypunk. Go.
I always just like watching you do the spreadsheet magic because it's fascinating.
It's so fun for me. Like, this part is very satisfying. I don't know why.
It would not be fun for
I know
me,
you
which
would
is why
absolutely hate it. But
it's like watching someone play an instrument really well. It's just like, wow.
Just left a message regarding video channel in the Discord, by the way, if you need to this stream. Oh, okay. We'll see where we're at, Andre. After we do Volpypunks. Okay, goal update script for next video. Let me add that. See, this is the, like, if you hover over here and then you do the screenshot.
It doesn't work.
No, like, you would screenshot this in it.
Right.
So I have to make sure. These are the behind the scenes. Tom gets the behind the scenes.
The BTS.
The BTS.
Of the YTHU.
Let me see. Boop. David Hunt in the house. What's
Hello.
up, man? Good to see you. Hello, Tom. Why doesn't that Tom guy just move in already?
Yeah, seriously.
David is here with goals, 3 live streams, 3 shorts, and set up membership for YouTube. Oh, very interesting, David.
David's like such a beast.
Yeah, let us know how you're going to do the membership. I'm excited to hear how you're going to approach it. How's your membership going?
It's good. It's like been slow and steady. I sort of like had some.
Do you have regrets?
No, not at all.
Moving from Patreon.
0.
Oh, well, there you go.
Only relief. Yeah, and I had a few like sort of, I don't know what you call them, markers or goals to hit with it by the end of March. Like the first quarter of the year.
Yeah.
So I want to see. That's what I'm waiting for now. Like, do it for a few months and see how it shakes out. And if I need to change anything.
Yeah. Let's see. Win 3 live streams from David Hunt. All right, David Win. Here you are. Boom. Okay. Whoop. Perfect. And we got to get you your Firebird. Damn. Sweet.
It's a cool one.
Okay, Mommy Guide's here. Hey,
Hello,
made
hello.
it. Happy Lunar New Year. Yay. Happy Lunar New Year to you. It's good to see you. Andre Win published a video this week already. Great.
Nice.
Awesome.
I was going to say, it's only Tuesday. It's Wednesday.
You know
Maybe I'm
what?
not as caught up as I thought I was.
Okay. I'm gonna add this in. We're gonna add it in, and Andre's gonna get a sticker and goal. Make and publish 3 new long forms feeding the set. What is the 70-day challenge? Do we know
I'm
about the
guessing
70-day
it's
challenge?
making a video a day for 70 days. Something involving 70 days. Yeah. A challenge takes place over 70 days.
The 70-day challenge.
I'm guessing.
Boom. Okay, got your goal in there. Mommy Guide Win got back to creating shorts and videos again and repurposed to post on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok the content from YouTube. That sounds awesome. Actually, I was just telling Tom this morning that I wanted to start doing clips again from our couple stable.
Yeah.
I kind of stopped, and
You said it's kind of therapeutic to go through and make them.
yeah, like sometimes it isn't, and then sometimes it is.
I think you should only make them when it is.
I'm feeling the pull to do it recently, and I don't know why. Yeah, so like I don't know. If I feel it, then I'm gonna go with it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Okay, Mommy Guide is gonna get the sticker. Boom. Okay. Charles Win. I was able to restore all my old footage from my old computer.
Ooh.
That's a huge win. You never know. You know.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I can go.
And maybe
way.
congrats on the new computer.
Yeah. Boom. Okay. There we go. Boom. Goal next week. Continue with the daily shorts and at least 2 long form videos and 2 live streams. How's your live streaming going?
I haven't done one in a while.
You know what? I think your video podcast might be scratching an itch.
Yeah, I mean, I really like streaming. It's just it's always the second tier priority.
I know.
Yeah, I guess I did one. I did one on the first Thursday of the year. I streamed instead of doing a video.
Yeah,
like a New Year's thing. That was really fun.
Beer Nerd Win. Almost done with my edit.
Nice.
Goal, get it finished and release my video. Let's go.
You know, getting almost done is satisfying, but it's also like the scariest part because it's like I've put in all the work. I'm so close, but I still don't have anything.
I know.
I remember feeling that way in like I don't know, maybe it was like my senior year of college where I was like, I hit some points. I was like, I think I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And I was like, but I'm at the point, like, if I quit now, I have nothing to show for it.
You're almost
but
there.
I'm so close to the end. But I could literally, like, there would be no benefit. You just have a bunch of credits that don't matter in the real world at all.
Charles's goal: finish and gulp post my I'm back video. Oh man, I've made a couple of those. That's exciting. Definitely share it with us when you are ready. It'll be fun. I feel like it's been a build up for Charles.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it'll be really exciting. Kevin Cox in the house.
Hello.
All. Long time since I've been into a live. Hope everything and everyone is doing well. It's good to see you. Heather, have you or Tom played with DeepSeek yet?
I was reading about it yesterday. I don't know a ton about it. So
I have not heard of it.
You can probably correct me. It's an AI tool.
Okay.
But it is an open source AI tool that uses significantly less resources and energy to do what it does and delivers better results, especially for like anything to do with images and stuff like that.
Oh.
That could be wrong. So my understanding is it's a lot of the other AI companies who are, like the traditional Silicon Valley based companies are like, no, we need billions of dollars to do this. It's the only way. And this other company's like, no, like, it can be open source and it can be significantly more approachable and more effective. And it's sort of disrupting or whatever. That's my understanding, but I haven't tried it, used it. I was just reading little bits yesterday.
So it's an image or text or
I think it's everything.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, interesting. No, maybe something to look into though. Okay, the 70-day challenge is trying to publish 10 to 12 vids in 70 days to hit that 4,000 hours and 1,000 subs.
Like 0 to 4,000, 0 to monetized, and
0 to monetized.
That's cool.
I like that. 0 to monetized. All right, I think we are caught up. So let's do a channel review. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, Volpypunk has volunteered to be the channel review of the week. The tribute. Volunteered as tribute. All right. So here we are. Wait, you wanted to do this channel, right, Volpypunk? I don't think you have another one that I'm aware of. And I think I'm just getting confused because I have your old logo somewhere. Oh, I had Volpypunk Gaming somewhere, I think I saw. But I think you want to do it. Let me just confirm with you before we launch into a thing.
On a channel that you're like, no, don't do that one.
So before we do that, we'll wait for Volpypunk to confirm. You guys have any cues?
For A's?
For A's. We've got the A's. We've got some A's. I mean, yeah.
I was really more of a B student myself, but...
I'm trying to think of like what we've been talking about lately. I feel like we've been nonstop.
Little bits of everything. It's
been a lot. It's been. I feel like it's. I don't know if it's just us or the zeitgeist, but I definitely feel a little bit of a shift with just the space. I think there's just a lot happening.
It's always shifting, but yeah, definitely. But I feel like this is a shift, at least what I'm feeling. I feel more optimistic and excited about.
Oh,
I feel like it's a positive shift.
That's great.
Over negative. I mean, because of negative things, I think it's, yeah. Anyway, Volpe said yes, it's the correct channel.
You know what? I think I would agree with that. I don't think I thought of it that way, but I think I agree with you.
I think a lot of people, both like viewers and creators, are learning what they don't like and moving away from it. Both what you don't like to make and what you don't like to consume, and moving away to other things. And I think that's good. I think it's, it means things have to change and people do things differently, but it's better for everybody. Hopefully it ends up with people making stuff that they like and are happier with, and people watching stuff that makes them feel better, instead of kind of where things seem like they were going for a large chunk of the last couple of years.
Yeah. Oh, that's so interesting.
That's just the vibe I get, but I don't know. I'm also in my own little bubble, so.
Yeah. Mommy Guy says, just got very busy over the holidays and family over, so trying to put my foot back onto regular programming. Same. Well, actually, I feel like the phase that I'm in is, what was the word someone used recently? What is it when a caterpillar changes to a butterfly?
Metamorphosis.
I feel like I'm doing that right now.
You're just
I'm in a cocoon.
The pile of goo that's not
I'm goo.
Caterpillar or a butterfly.
But I'm about to spread the wings,
Oh,
yo.
yeah.
I feel it. I feel it.
Happen.
I feel my brain like working.
Burst forth. The chrysalis.
Throw wide the gates.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Kevin, has anyone remembered to hit that like? Edit. Yes, the Volpypunk channel is correct. The gaming channel is not used. Got it. Okay, cool. Let's jump into it. Boom. Volpypunk. First of all, love the branding. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Making spooky, cute art and building a business.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so far, I love the headline here.
Yeah.
This is great.
It's not just see more about channel or whatever the default thing is.
Yes. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Khadija. Khadija, did I say that right? And I'm here to share my art journey and build a business from it. My passion is for character art, and I'm influenced by cartoons, anime, gothic fashion, and cute things. All the things I like as well. Here you will find drawing videos of my process, studio, and convention vlogs, tutorials, and creative resources, all things art, business, and more. And then you've got your website first thing, you've got your newsletter, you've got a way to support the channel, and all your social links, email address. I mean, that's like a perfect bio to me.
Yeah,
Perfect
no,
about
it's
page.
wonderful. The only thing I would say is just to double check, which you might already know and already have done, is make sure the email address that links to is not the email address that is your YouTube channel, your Google account that your YouTube channel is, because that's where a lot of people get a lot of bad things happen when the email address associated with your YouTube channel gets in the wrong hands.
Yeah.
So if you have like a separate contact email, it's always
Don't
good to
make
use that.
this be your YouTube login because you're giving people half the key.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then they're going to email you with a link that you're going to accidentally press, and then it's bad news bears. So
Yeah, that's just one of my favorite, maybe my top favorite YouTube security tip is.
yeah, just like a easy,
one.
but that's not like a bad thing that you
Yeah,
did.
no.
You're doing great.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Okay. So, Khadija, very close. Khadija. Let's see. This is some great branding. I love how cohesive. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cohesive.
Cohesive.
Kawaii.
That's the second time you said that. Look, you're pro Japanese over here. Love the look, branding of the channel, and the color scheme. And Manny's here. Hello, all.
Manny has a new logo.
Yeah, Manny, we got a new logo. I made sure it's a separate email. All right.
See, you're on it.
You guys, I know the huddle up. I feel like we've taught each other well. So.
You clapped and I mouth clicked at the same time.
We're very enthusiastic. Okay, so beginner artist
so
alley
good.
advice, tips and tricks, artist interviews at MegaCon Orlando. Oh.
So you have a channel trailer or video that's acting as the channel.
I don't think you guys.
It's not going.
Yeah,
through
I
the
don't think
stream
you
yet.
guys can hear this. I love this.
This is actually an awesome video idea. So that's a great way to do something that you don't have video for too.
Yep.
It's always tricky.
Yeah, see, I like how you still made it visual, even though.
This is so interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes me want to make something like this at NAB.
This is great. I think that's a great
Really?
first video. Yeah.
I love the playlists. The playlists have titles. The playlists have descriptions.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we've got videos. Obviously, we know that you've been consistent, so that's great.
Mhm.
Let's see. Shorts are great. Shorts I can't really like talk about because I don't make them. I know I've seen your draw with me streams, which are so fun. Playlist, we've got the playlist and then posts. Oh, this is great.
So yeah, the thing I see number one is like a very active and full channel, like tons of stuff. Like all the branding is there, all the the words are where they should be. But there's everything. There's videos, there's shorts, there's live streams, there's playlists, there's community posts. Like it's firing on all cylinders. There's just a lot there. So for someone who is into this stuff and then finds it, it's like, oh, look at all of the stuff.
Yeah.
It's, if you've ever found a channel where you're like, oh, this seems really cool, and they have like maybe one other video that's related to what you're interested in, you're like, oh, versus like finding like, oh my gosh, I just have like, here's the rest of my weekend, like just binging all this stuff. You did a great job.
I'm trying to see like what I would like, how would I improve? It's so good as is that I feel like just continuing to build off of what you have is going to be great. But I am trying to see like, I don't know. It's hard. I think it's varied enough. It's very obvious from the get-go that you're an artist. I like that you're showing the behind the scenes and the business aspect of it, but you're also showing your process of creating art, which I think is great. So it's, I think what other maybe YouTube coaches would say is to like do the thing of pick the niche and double down and all that. But Tom and I are of the holistic approach. So um I think that, you know, I don't know. I think you might grow faster, for example, if you targeted artists that are trying to build a business. But I would drive myself crazy if I'm boxing myself in. So yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's even YouTube's promoting the like, what is it, Hub Hero Help method of like
Right.
content, and it feels like you have that because you have, like you can see the videos you have, like the one right there about like making stickers from home. That seems like it has a very wide appeal, right? Like not just for people who want to know how to make stickers from home, but it's just like it seems like that's something that would a lot of people who might even be tangentially interested
Right.
would
Yeah.
click on it. But then
Mhm.
you've got the other stuff that's really into the nitty gritty, real detail. That's obviously the people who are just into what you're doing, and it seems like a nice variety. It's like nutritionally balanced.
Yeah.
It's a
There you
well
go.
balanced meal of a channel.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think the hub help hero thing is actually that's probably a better way to think about it. So it's like you're gonna have your videos that are gonna have the broader reach, and then you're gonna have the people who want to learn more specifically about you. So it's gonna be a smaller viewership, but it's like people who are getting to know you more versus just any other artist channel. So and you are doing all of that.
Yeah,
So yeah. Great job, Volpe Punk.
gold star.
Okay, really quick. It's not a channel trailer, it's a main video. I saw a tip somewhere where you put a popular video of yours in the trailer for new viewers. Yeah, I think both of us do that.
Yeah, I've never had an official channel trailer, but I always swap it out. And sometimes it's either like it's just sort of, I just personally go like if someone's new to the channel, what would the first
First
video I
impression.
want to show them be? Like if someone's like, "Hey,
First
show me a video from
impression.
your channel."
Yeah.
Okay, I would show you this one. And it changes, depending it changes sometimes. And every once in a while I might feel like this video just didn't get enough attention, so I'm going to put it here where it's just going to be a little more visible maybe. So sometimes it's that.
Yeah. Let's see. The banner is on point. That's great advice for any social platform. Never really thought about that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, sorry, you said it's not. I didn't mean to call it a trailer. Just I know it's in the spot
Of where
where
the
you put the
channel
channel
trailer
trailer.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me put in Manny's goal and wins real quick. Boom. Here's the goal. And here's the win. Bam. Okay. Did you all see anything that can be improved packaging wise? I thought it was great.
I mean, honestly, so can I share something that I've been thinking recently about when people ask for feedback on anything, channels, videos they made, anything someone made, doesn't have to even be YouTube related.
Yeah. That's why you're here.
Yeah, I think this is just a thought I've had. I don't know how true it is, but I feel like when someone asks for feedback on something, the person being asked feels obligated. Like I have to provide feedback because they asked for feedback, so I have to give them something. But I feel like something that is sometimes lost is the fact that the person is sharing something with you means that they've already gone through a number of rounds of making and iteration and evolving and editing and improving and self-criticism and all that stuff. So sometimes when someone says, "Here, can you evaluate something?" in eagerness to help, it's almost like overly critical because it's like I have to find something to improve.
This is so relevant in the YouTube space.
Yeah, and no, that's not to say like everything you make is obviously going to be perfect and it doesn't need anything. But by the time you have something that's ready to show, like it's not a first draft, and so there might be stuff to improve, but you know, are we just getting in the weeds with things like
Yeah.
like is it this font or this font for thumbnails? Like, well, it's a stylish choice that maybe you care about for fun, but it isn't gonna have
Not gonna
zero
be
impact
the
on like
the
actual
make or
growth or
break.
anything.
Yeah.
And I just think sometimes a thing I've noticed, especially like from teaching and all that stuff, was sometimes people bring something and they ask for feedback. And I'm not saying this is what was happening here. It's just a thought to bring up. But sometimes the affirmation that like what you did is good is the feedback. It's similar to how like as someone who does a lot of product reviews and things, you would think the person looking for product reviews is someone who's considering buying the product, which there's a lot of that. I would say more than half of the people that watch product reviews are people who bought the thing and want to be like affirmed that they made the
Validated.
right choice. Validated. Yeah, that's the term. And so it's like the number of people who watch reviews and like they already have it. They don't need my review, but they want to know, like, it feels good to hear someone say like, yeah, this thing's awesome. I love it. It's awesome. You're like, yeah, I got the right thing. Okay. Like it feels good. And I think that that's okay. And it's interesting because it's just something to be aware of.
Yeah, Mommy Guide says, awesome channel, my friend. You're doing great. And then, see, this is what's going to be tricky with the channel reviews on the Huddle Up is you guys are all doing great.
Yeah. And I mean,
we
like,
can all speak.
Being
we know that we're all doing great.
Being nitpicky on yourself, like, yeah. And, you want things to be, I have uploaded, 4 different versions of channel banners just to try to get something to move like several
10
pixels. Yeah. No one's going to notice that, but I'm going to notice it. And it's like, overall you want things to be nice, but there's sort of the big picture stuff. Like if we went to your channel and you had it says you have 65 videos, but we see 3 videos on the homepage because you have like one incomplete playlist or something, like that would be a problem. If you're like, well, I have all these, like you could optimize things that have already been optimized, but the return on that it's diminishing returns, right? So
right.
It's it doesn't mean it's not worth doing those things, but it just means like
you're doing awesome.
Yeah, there's not a key box that's not being checked that's like holding anything back.
Yeah. Let's see. The nitpicker me never rests. Yeah, I think with YouTube also it is just, it's just it is a long game. It is a long game, and you never, I think, like, as long as you are creating content that lights you up, we can all vouch for each other that we're all being consistent. We're all thinking about it every day and working on it. So yeah, everyone's doing a great job. Let's see. Kevin says, I felt this as someone asked for feedback about a launch. It has been very well thought out and put together. I felt like I was nitpicking on something tiny, but overall it has been amazing. Be Your Nerd Tom, Heather told us about the recording mishap last week. What steps are you taking to make sure it does not happen again?
Which mishap was that?
We watched your live stream.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's literally nothing I can do to prevent that from happening again.
It was a mishap due to the tool, not because of like your workflow.
It wasn't even that really. I mean, it's like, that's when you do product related things, right? So if it were me, like if I, like, okay, there was a time, this was 2 years ago now, where I filmed for, 40 minutes, stopped recording on the camera, took the memory card out too fast before the thing could be finalized, and basically lost footage on a video that was really basically not possible to recreate. And luckily, the file was still there. It was just really corrupted because the camera didn't get a chance to finalize it. I ended up having to spend like $90 on this like software to salvage it or whatever. And I was able to save it. What I learned there was all of my cameras have 2 memory card slots. So I immediately ordered a second memory card for every camera. So not only is it like, okay, stop recording and wait a few seconds, but even if I accidentally pull it out and corrupt it, there's a second memory card that's already backing up. So it was like, that was a thing where I could instantly implement a step to avoid that problem from ever happening again.
Yeah.
This was sort of different, which is maybe more interesting for like product related things, which is when you're using a product that you're covering for a review or an explanation or a tutorial, you not only like have to know how to use the thing itself. So there's like, there's a learning curve there a lot of the times, but what's different too is there is a difference between using something and using it for a review. Like it's a weird like meta third, fourth person situation of like, it's a very unnatural way to use things a lot of the time. And so you end up with like, it's almost like if you're trying to do a stream where you're showing how you're streaming.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, how do I get the audio from the audio from the audio? Like it's nothing you would ever do in a normal stream.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But now it was kind of one of those sorts of things where it's like, just because of the unique situation of trying to use a complex product in a strange circumstance, it resulted in like
you had to find you had to find a workaround kind of thing.
Yeah, and it involves some troubleshooting to be like, okay, wait, is this even possible? Like, because for me, what I wanted to do was make sure to show the thing. I wanted to be able to show the thing working, not talk about it working. That was really important to me. And if I couldn't do that even if it works fine, but I couldn't show it the way I wanted to, I didn't want to do that. And so I needed to then do some more experimentation to see that I could actually do it that way, which I could. Found some workarounds, did it, and everything was fine. But yeah, it was like the frustrating. I mean, I try to chalk it up to like, even if I can't do this, I've learned a lot. Like
Right.
I've actually like I'm more experienced. I have more opinions about this thing and the features and all the stuff. But it is that frustrating thing of like, well, I spent a lot of time on something and now I'm not 100% sure if I have a video. So I either have something that's like almost finished because of the way I was making it, or I have nothing.
Yeah.
It's the thing we
Which
just
is
talked about.
so
Like
scary.
quitting college in your senior year. It's like
Yeah.
that.
Let's see. Manny says, I know it's way
Ooh.
off topic. How was the Firebirds game? Do the new pom-poms keep the energy up?
Instantly on the Jumbotron. First 5 minutes of the game.
So actually, so if you don't know what this is referring to, on Heather Just Create, my vlog channel, I did a very, very long video talking about my feelings, basically. And one of the things I talked about was how last year I was starting to struggle with the idea of coming off as if I were bragging, is basically how I would describe it. So, bragging that I was a YouTube creator, bragging that because I'm a YouTube creator, I'm this person who, wants attention in front of cameras. And at the Firebirds game, this is separate, but I bring pom-poms. Tom and I sit right across the camera. It like we have season tickets, and
they just happen to be in an area where like the cameras, when they need crowd shots, they don't have to do anything, and we're just like right there,
aimed right at us. Yeah, and there's no one else. Like 2 rows forward, 2 rows back, and 2 seats to the right. There's nobody else, so it's like just us. We're like perfect to be able to zoom in on, and so we get on the camera a lot. And I just started to feel like, oh my God, the whole world thinks I'm this like person who wants so much attention, which obviously that was a mindset thing that I just need to work on. I don't think anyone actually thinks that. That is just me in my head. So I, went to Canada. I did a lot of talking to friends and introspection and kind of learning where is that feeling coming from and exploring that and all of that. And I'm in a much better place. I'm figuring out a lot of other things, which I'm thinking about applying to my vlog channel moving forward. But to answer your question, I did bring my pom-poms to the game. And it was so much fun. And then Tom asked me as soon as we got on the video board, how did you feel that you were on the video board? And I was like, I actually felt indifferent, which I think is
ideal.
Yeah, because I think like, well, yeah, you want to say why it's ideal?
Well, I'm not, one of your other friends said this, but yeah, if you felt bad, obviously that's not good. Like if you still felt the problem you had, but if you felt good, like, oh yeah, then it's like, wait, now I need this to feel good.
Right. There's a void that needed to be filled.
Whereas indifferent is like, oh, it's a thing that happened.
Yeah. It's cool.
You appreciate, it's not like you didn't care, like you appreciate, like that's fun, but you would have had a good time.
I had like no reaction. Like it was exciting and that was it. It's just the same as like seeing a beautiful sunrise. That was it.
Which is you awesome. On screen is always like seeing a beautiful sunrise.
That is not what I meant. Wow.
It's like the first bite of handles.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so yeah, that's that. But thank you for asking, Manny. I appreciate it.
That's sweet.
So what is your goal and win for the week, Tom?
My win is that I got caught up. Just say caught up.
Okay, I'm gonna go Tom's win. I got caught up.
Yeah.
And your goal?
Record video podcast.
Cool. Oh, yes, you've been working on it. It looks great.
Yeah, I took last week off, so I want to make sure not to miss this week.
Okay, so that's Tom's, and then mine is win. I'm gonna say, what was my win? I did go live. We did go live.
There's been so much I don't remember.
Yeah. Okay. Went live.
I mean, we did
on
the gaming channel. Yeah.
And reading the Let Them Theory, which is fantastic theory, and then goal make a video. Okay, cool. So let me explain mine. Well, let me put Tom's in first. Boom. Do you want to talk about what you mean by caught up?
Well, I've just been feeling sort of behind. I like to have several videos scheduled in advance. There's specific videos I'm trying to work on in different orders, and it's just, especially with December being the month that it was, I've just been feeling like it's one step forward, two steps back, just constantly. And I finally feel like, okay, I've like checked off all the boxes mainly that I want to check off. I'm sort of in a like, I just feel a little less stressed out and a little less like behind. I just feel less behind
Yeah.
on things, which is very nice. And I want to kind of just enjoy that.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, today I happened to be done with a lot of stuff sort of early, like even before lunch. And it was like, well, I could start some new things or
Or we
not.
could just
I can
chill.
join you on your stream and I can just sort of actually like kind of breathe for a second.
So for mine, I started this book, Let Them Theory, which I actually totally recommend to friggin' anybody. It's by Mel Robbins, who, Kat Mulvihill, the person, my friend who I went to go visit in Canada, she's the one who told me about this book. I think that this book is fascinating. I definitely think it's fascinating for anyone who is a content creator. I would actually put this on my required reading for content creators. I would put this book on there. I think um I think we feel a lot of things, and there's just so many mindset things to work through as a content creator. And I feel like that's the part that's kind of missing amongst all the YouTube advice is just like there's endless advice, but how do you, reconcile best practices with how you feel and like what feels good
Right.
to you? And I think that there's a lot of the let them theory is a tool that's applicable to really any, situation in your life. But I think especially just reading it in the like through the lens of a content creator, it's fantastic. So I would definitely recommend it. Tom's reading it right now. Um, if you don't know who Mel Robbins is, she does a lot of she's like an author, she has a podcast, she does a lot of like self-help stuff. I actually don't dig her style. I find her to be a little too tough lovey for me, but the theory is all like research based, science based, like, I appreciate that part of it of like she talks to therapists and psychologists and researchers who, like in putting this book together. So definitely recommend it if you haven't heard of it. And yeah, I think it's a big win because it's I've been doing this 8 years, and to like
Actually, this is 9. Moving on to 9.
to constantly think about like it's always changing. The way that it looked in 2016 totally different now, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you um how do you it's not even like stay passionate, but it's like how do you keep this feeling good to you?
Mm-hmm.
And I think like I might be past the point of YouTube advice, right? Because again, I've said this many times, no one is going to tell me what to make, right? Like unless there's a giant like hole that I'm missing or something like that, I'm the one who's going to come up with my own ideas that will really like where I can thrive on camera. So really what it is about like how can I take the feeling of inspiration and actually
Yeah.
distill that into ideas. Those are the things that that's just an ongoing process as an
Mm-hmm.
adult. All right, let's see. Is that an I? Ix?
Or LX.
Ix or LX 130? Finally catching a stream. Yay. Glad you're here. It's good to see you. I want to hear a win from Tom about hockey.
Sure. So from January to March, every Thursday, I play a 90-minute scrimmage with a group of old timers from Canada because they do 4 games a week and they need goalies every day. So even though I'm not an old timer or from Canada, I get to play with them. So their ages range from like maybe early 50s is the youngest all the way up into late 70s. So which means some of them, especially being from Canada, have been playing since they were kids. Some have been playing for like 50 plus years.
Yeah.
or 60 years. Yeah, because if you're 70 years old and you started playing when you're 5, you play for 65 years. um,
I love how you get
it's
such a kick
crazy.
out of that.
And I played with them last year, so it's just a fun group. They are so good, and like the old timerness, as soon as they get on the ice, means nothing because they're like so fast and so skilled. But it's really fun because obviously you've been playing that long, you have nothing to prove.
Yeah,
It's just for fun.
it is a different vibe.
And when you're in your 60s, you don't want to get hurt. You don't want to hurt anybody else. So it's like there's all of the stuff that can kind of sometimes creep its way into adult league hockey when it's like, it's a frustrated 40-year-old, in their midlife crisis who just wants to like take out some aggression
Definitely
somewhere,
prove something. Yeah.
stroke some ego and stuff. Like this doesn't exist there. So I'm playing with them. They're great. We've been doing a few weeks now because it's only the start of the year. And last week I had what was one of the best games I've ever played, period. But definitely the best I played with them, which feels great. Like, I didn't let in the first goal. It's a 90-minute scrimmage. So 90 minutes, no rest for me is a long time. And I didn't let in the first goal till almost 40 minutes in, which is really...
I didn't know that.
But then I let in like 7, so it was fine. But I was
And
like...
you guys need to see, like, if you don't know how much the goalie gear weighs, just to stand in it for 90 minutes is insane, let alone trying to block shots.
Yeah, it's heavy, it's hot, it's cumbersome.
As you're ice skating. Oh my God.
Yeah, so it was one of those things feeling good, and it was like just feeling kind of... It's where, it's such a... What I really love about playing goalie is the mental side of it, almost as much or more than the physical. Because it's just so relevant. Like it teaches so many lessons that apply everywhere else.
Yeah.
And a big one there is like, anytime I focus on like, okay, I'm supposed to be positioned here, I'm supposed to be square, do this position, whatever, I'll mess up every time. As soon as I like, sometimes when I'm kind of thinking about something else or just sort of like whatever, then it's like boom, boom, like effortless. And it's like so hard. It sounds easy, like we'll just stay in that state, but like getting and staying in that state is really hard. So trying to
really
work on maintaining that. And I know I was able to do that for a long chunk of time last week because of that.
So that reminded me of one of the things in this book that I thought was really interesting is like this thing about feeling to wait, hold on. What am I trying to say? There's motivation, right? And then there's having the feeling to do something. If motivation were super easy and like, you just have to be motivated, then like everyone would have 6-pack abs. That is not obviously the truth. So, because it's like motivation can come and go. And so it's not really about motivation. It's about like, are you in the mood? Are you feeling the, thing that you need to feel in order to do the thing that you need to do? And I think it's like that. It's different for everybody to be in the zone of like, what do you need to do to really feel ready to do the thing that you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
whether, motivation be damned, right? Because you might not feel motivated, but I don't know. It's just fun to think about like how you can take something that's not, that's like hockey and then apply it to all these different things.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. It's LX.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Also, I had to screenshot this comment about Volpe Punk. This is why I enjoy this group. Heather, you managed to put in words things I feel subconsciously about being a creator.
Nice.
I feel like this is where I'm going, Volpe Punk. So this is like perfect. Like I feel like this is what my brain is like trying to move towards over on Heather Just Create. I tried it already with my last 1 hour long video, which had a great response. And I feel like I want to start making more content about these things that we don't realize we're feeling when we're creating content. Somebody could tell you, yeah, here, 10 steps to making a perfect YouTube channel. But it might not feel right. I know because I have paid for, I don't even know how many online courses and seminars and blah-de-da and coaching and all this to help me like level up, which there was something to take away from all of that. but also like there's no perfect answer that works for everybody. Like no one has the thing that's guaranteed to work for everybody. It is totally different per
Well, even
person.
YouTube does that now. You can go into the like YouTube's AI thing where it'll say like, make this video. Here's an
Here's the
outline. Here's
exact thing.
thumbnail
Like,
ideas. And it's like, okay, this is YouTube telling me based on all the data it has on my channel what video to make. That doesn't mean that's the video you want to make or should make
or feel like
or
making.
feel like
Yeah,
making.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Charles with a question. The target audience of making shorts. I've largely been treating them in what I feel is the opposite of your typical shorts. I am making them for my audience already, who might binge watch them from my channel page rather than appealing to other people who might not have an interest in my niche. Do others feel that way?
That's a really interesting question. I don't know that I have a good.
Well, so here's like my impression of shorts is that, well, okay, here's the disclaimer. I don't watch shorts. Period. So I watch short form content on Instagram. I never open up shorts on like in the YouTube app. I don't know why. I think every time I have, it's always stuff I just swipe out of. You know, it's just not my thing. And from people that I know, like Tom, and other content creator peers, it's always a weird audience that comes in. Like it's never like I've never had somebody where it translates over. Except for we have like Go Johnny Go does a ton of shorts and live streams and videos, which is great. Sammy Superstar, yeah,
has a whole
Volpe
page
Punk,
of
like you
shorts.
guys are doing it. For me though, I don't know. I've never had them cross over. Like it's never been like the long form goes to the short form comes to long form. So I don't know. I think like maybe on my gaming channel a little bit, it's starting to just a little bit go from long form to short form. And I think that's just because I don't upload very often on my gaming channel. And so when people log in, they start to see recommended like old content from my channel, which is shorts. But that's I don't think people go to the channel and then like let me catch up on things. I don't know. What do you think? Do you ever do that? Do you go to people's shorts and just go?
No, I never have. Um, yeah, I never have. And for me personally, I just try to, even though I don't know that it helps, I try to just make each short connected to either the channel topic or directly to a video. Like, here's a quick thing about the
Want to know
Rodecaster video.
more?
Here it links to my Rodecaster video. I don't know if that helps. I don't know if it does anything, but at least it's like if somebody sees that short and happens to click on the channel, it all makes sense. But YouTube is so strange with who they push shorts out to and how that it's like, which is a good thing. You could get your stuff shown to people who would never otherwise find your channel, but it is also like then you pull in people who would never otherwise find your channel.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Call me Cubby. Didn't get my win. Still working on my video. Fingers crossed. I posted by next week. Sending you the vibes. I can imagine that hockey gear is a lot to move around in.
even the regular player gear is, much less the goalie gear.
Yeah. Let's see. I haven't thought of it that way. I use shorts as a means of exposure for my business and
Yeah.
videos. I try to keep the topics adjected to long videos already made or promoting art. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing, but I have no strategy.
Yeah. Checking your analytics for shorts to see if most of the people watching are actually subscribed, as in is it
Is it
working? Actually, I have one short that's going nuts.
I've had one that's been going crazy for like 2 years now.
You had to turn it off finally.
I had to turn the comments off.
Yeah. Let me see.
And then people
Shorts.
were going to other shorts to leave comments about that short. I was like, please don't.
Okay, here's my 7K short. It Well, that's a very interesting graph.
Oh wow.
Look at that.
It's
Like
weird.
steps.
How does that even
It's
happen?
like steppy. It, Overall it's an upward trend. I don't know. I don't have enough data on shorts. It's hard.
Yeah, I don't.
Let's see. Alex says, I should have posted my first videos months ago. I have been dragging. Also, other priorities in life are taking over. So, dude, I totally feel you on this. So I can't even say anything. Um, but the best time to start is today. So if you feel like doing it, here's my thing, right? If I feel like doing it, just go. And if you don't feel like doing it, then don't. Like, don't force it, because if to me, I'm realizing how much like I just need to like feel, because there are times where, okay, like for example, the last video I posted on Heather Just Create, 1 hour long. I looked at my notes once, and I don't even know if I planned to make a video that day. I just felt like it. I turned on the camera, boom, unedited. 1 hour. One of my most popular videos. Fantastic response, great. And then other days I'm like, "Oh, I can't get through the first line of this video. Why?" And so I've just learned that like when I feel it, I feel it. And if I don't, maybe it's not something I have to force.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
But this is also coming from somebody who is married to someone who's never missed a week.
But
Never missed a week.
But I think that's a good example of we're different, because that's like,
This is definitely
yeah, I
how we're
mean,
different.
we approach things differently. Like, you need to be feeling in the zone, whereas I am more able to kind of like get in the zone, feel it after I've started doing it. So if the times it's like, there are times I'm like, I can't, like today is just, it's not a thing, but there are times where it's like, I don't want to, but I have to. It's just the same way like I
Well,
would go to my job, but I don't think that works
right,
for everybody.
right.
I think I learned that from having the job that I had for as long as I had it, and all that. I think I learned that from other things, and I think that's a good thing, but it's also not a good thing sometimes. It's just different.
So there's definitely something to be said about like, if you want to go for a run, put your shoes like right next to your bed or right
Hmm.
next to the door, because like even if you wake up and you don't feel like going, when you put your shoes on, when you're ready to go, like you will start feeling in the mood once you get going. Take that first step. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're really glad that you did it. I've tried that though, right? I've tried to push record and go, and then it's just like 30 minutes of me trying to get through the first 5 lines of my video, and it's just torture. And that's what I'm like, okay.
It is different when it's something you have to, not only you have to do it, then you have to edit it, so you have to relive it, and then other people have to see it. So it's like if something's off, and I always think of the example of like a band, those bands have been around forever, and they're just going on tour basically for money, and they all hate each other. And it's like, yeah, maybe the songs sound the way they should, but like watching a couple people on stage, or group of people on stage who like do not like each other, is very different than watching a group of people on stage who are like having the time of their
Super
lives.
enjoying themselves, yeah. Let's see. Charles says, I also don't really watch shorts. I only watch them if I'm interested in their channel as a whole. Thus, I personally binge them through their channel if I find them interesting.
Mhm.
We'll see if you do it. If you
Someone
find
else is doing it,
yeah,
right?
if you find yourself doing it, then somebody, maybe like those are the people who are going to gravitate towards your channel. So, I think the more that you can use yourself as like your own case study of how you are consuming
Mhm.
and using the platform, then yeah, go with that. I think that's a good thing to consider. I'm subscribed to Vsauce and I enjoy watching those shorts because I enjoy Vsauce, so I'll watch those if I see them in my sub feed.
Nice.
Bureau Nerd, does the YouTube recommendation algorithm penalize you if you either take too long to reply to your comments on your videos or don't reply to them at all? I believe the answer to this is no.
I don't think it has any effect, yeah.
Yeah.
And based on the videos I watch too, where I've watched very popular videos that have no replies from the creator at
Ever.
all.
Yeah. Actually, do you want to share your tool that I think is great, and that's where we can wrap up the show?
Sure, yeah.
I'm curious if you know what I'm going to say.
Is it the 10-minute thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
See, I know you.
We're on the same page.
Yeah, so I've tried this at different times, and one thing you've talked about is when it comes to YouTube comments, don't just have like the auto alert. So you get a comment, you could be doing anything, going about your day, and you get a comment just like, you suck and you're ugly and your shirt's dumb. And you're like, cool. It can just happen.
I was just eating lunch and now someone's telling me that I'm dumb.
Yeah.
That's really frustrating.
So being in control of when you open yourself up to comments, because something you and I have talked about a lot is negative comments are a thing that happens when you create online, but just ignoring them is probably the worst and most ineffective advice that there is. Because most humans are not equipped to do that. We're not, like, it's just not a thing. And then you feel bad if you're like, well, other people say they can ignore it. Why can't I ignore it? The answer is because they're probably lying and you're human. The or maybe other people aren't lying, they're just equipped differently. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I know of someone who's a stand-up comic that's like, I totally want like negative comments for the engagement. They worked as stand-up comic for like a decade or something. So they're kind
You
of
are
used to literally being in
performing.
person and having someone heckle you. And most of us aren't equipped with that, you know? Like, so it does depend on the person. But if you want to take the time to appreciate the positive, right? Like all the nice comments here in the chat, all nice comments on videos, you want to enjoy the positive, you can't open your human feelings don't work that way where you can
It's
open
not
to
a
one thing and
switch.
not another.
It's not a switch. You can't just flip on, appreciate the good ones, flip off, ignore the bad ones.
Right.
It's
You
not a
kind of have to,
switch.
you're going to get everything
Yeah.
at the same time. And so something that I have found is, and something I think you have found too, is like when you go into your comment section, make it very intentional. So that way it's like, I'm going to go in here, I'm going to see things. Some of it might be good, some might be bad, but I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm just sort of readying myself for that. And then you go in that way. And that's something that's always been very, very helpful. Something I've been doing because it's also like, there you can kind of go forever through comments. You can find yourself going down rabbit holes. It's easy. Like, oh, I need to check like how's that video? Is that done processing? How did I make the title correct for tomorrow's video or whatever? And then you see a comment pop up, and now I went to check one thing, and I'm down in the comment section again. So something I've done is like set aside 10 minutes a day to go through comments. I literally just use my watch, set a timer, and that's it. And that's when I go through my comments. And I go through as many or as few. If I want to go through one and write a whole paragraph reply because it needs like steps to solve a problem or whatever, I'll do that. If I go through 50, I'll do that. And I just get through as many as I can get through. When the timer goes off, then I'm done. And I do not go into the comments the rest of the day. Yeah. And
But
it's
see,
just,
what I really like about this, I'm at the I'm at the point where if I spend 10 minutes in my comments, like I will catch up. Tom is at the point where like you can't get through all the comments
mm,
in 10 minutes. So, what I think is really good about this is that it kind of um adds a different layer to the ignore the negative comments that would work for me, because it's like if you only have 10 minutes to spend
yes.
replying to comments, wouldn't you want to engage with people that like are saying, "Oh my gosh, you really helped me like figure out a problem, like, oh, I have this
Yes.
question about, about this thing that you explained," or, like really really positive comments that are good, clearly the person felt good about watching your video, you're feeling great about getting this response. Wouldn't you rather put your 10 minutes of energy towards that versus someone who's like yelling at you, calling you crazy, telling you you're dumb? Like, it really makes it easy to be like, well, obviously, I'm going to go spend my time over here if I have limited time,
Yeah.
right?
And if even say you have a batch of good comments, but if someone are like, great video, love this, thanks, great. And then there's a long one that's like,
An
an
essay of
essay
like,
type thing, whatever. If you're just trying to constantly catch up, you might, all those ones that are great video, you might go like, oh, thanks for watching. I really appreciate that. Oh, cool. Hope you like that. Like, versus like, well, that's awesome. I don't need to reply more to them than they commented to me, right? Like, that's
you
that's a
just weigh
lot.
things
You can
differently.
weigh things differently. Maybe
Yeah.
all I need to do is give that one a heart, and the person knows I appreciate the time spent. But now I can spend 8 of the 10 minutes replying to this one person who like really put something thoughtful and interesting or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Like someone that like you would want to have a discussion with, right? Because they're coming at you respectfully, and like that's someone that you want to engage with. If you're going to be disrespectful to me, obviously I don't want to engage with you because
yeah,
you've already, like, I respectfully put my video out there, you disrespectfully commented, and so if I have limited time, I'm going to go spend it
yeah.
on the
And some of
people
it's
who are
niche specific.
respectful.
Like this morning, there was a comment someone asked. It was a comment on a video I made a couple years ago about when to use a lavalier microphone.
Okay.
And it was just some situations where you might want to use this. And the person said, can you help me figure out which mic would be best because I'm in a non-sound treated room and I don't want a mic visible on camera. And they were obviously watching that video to try to find answers. So that's a thing. I spent a long time. I did like, here's 2 options that come to mind. Option 1, here's all these different ways you can not only use a lavalier mic, but hide it under clothing. So it's on the person. I linked them to another video from another channel. Like resources, right? And then option number 2, you can boom a mic out of frame. Here are some options for that. You're going to get some echo. So here's some things you can do in editing. Here's Adobe's enhanced speech tool that can help remove some of that echo and still keep things sounding good, which I think answers that person's question. I think they're like, okay, I definitely got more than I bargained for here. But also, that seems like a reasonable common question. And now that answer is there anytime anyone else is going through the comment section and they have a similar question, because just like you said with like Charles earlier, like if you're doing that, other people are doing it. Someone has this question, other people probably have it, and now they're gonna see that answer too.
Right. It helps other people
Yeah,
who visit that channel.
I think.
Let's see. Spots, yeah. This channel will prevail when AI takes over. Thank you for streaming and sharing knowledge.
We're AI
Wow.
avatars right now,
Shut
actually.
up. That's so sweet.
That's
Thank
very
you.
sweet.
Andre says, luckily I have almost no negative comments so far, and the handful of snarky ones I've done, really long replies, and converted a couple of them. Oh, great. The joy of being small.
Yeah, if someone takes the time to leave a negative comment on a smaller channel too, it's like, I think that is a very different scenario.
Yeah.
It is it is more of an opportunity, I think, to dialogue with them.
Yeah, to have a dialogue. Exactly. Hi, Obs. Good to
Hello.
see you. All right, guys, so we are at the top of the hour. Hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget, if you want to check the scoreboard, it's at bit.ly/YouTube Huddle Up 2025. And then we have our Discord server. So if you want to talk amongst each other in between streams, there's that. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Good luck on all of your goals, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.